This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876 309 6128. That's 876 309 6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876 586 0471. That's 876 586 0471. This video is brought to you by Starboy's Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody doing? I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. Hope everyone is doing well and that your weekend is going quite nicely. So, as you all are aware, yesterday we had the 2023 CONCACAF Gold Cup draw. And of course, you will have some individuals that are still left wondering, what is really going to happen in terms of the group stages? Who will be that team from the Caribbean that Jamaica will face? What I'm going to do is outline those possibilities, give you an insight into those teams and what we can expect for the summer as well. And I know many of you have been quite keen on the host cities as well in relation to which city in the States and Canada will Jamaica have their games. Well, Toronto in Canada is the only city in Canada which will have games for the Gold Cup. But specifically in relation to the venues of Jamaica's games in the group stages, that has not been announced just yet from CONCACAF, but it is something that we can expect, all being well, before the end of the month. But certainly we will keep you guys up to date and posted of things. But some fantastic venues throughout the course of the Gold Cup lie ahead. You know, Arlington, the AT&T Stadium has a capacity of 80,000. So that's a behemoth of a stadium. But without further ado, let's get right into the matter for you guys. Big up Dan B. Hope you're doing, man. Dan B, you are up 3 a.m. UK time. And look at you here. Tennessee Lewis, how are you doing, sir? I hope you're doing well. Big up, big up. Hope you and the family are good too. Yeah, man, enough respect, man. Hope you and everybody else, the family, doing good, settled, and, you know, everything set in stone your end. So, Jamaica. Let's talk a little bit about Jamaica in relation to the CONCACAF Gold Cup draw, shall we? So, remember, Jamaica are in Group A, right? Jamaica are in Group A for the CONCACAF Gold Cup draw. That's right. Jamaica are in Group A for the CONCACAF Gold Cup draw. What does that mean? Well, it means that Jamaica, I'll show you on your screen right now so that you guys can get everything seared into your brain. Jamaica are in Group A alongside the host nation and defending champions, the United States. Nicaragua, who've never won a game at the Gold Cup before and have only scored one goal in Gold Cup history, and the winner of Prelim Match 9. So everybody, who is the winner of Prelim Match 9? Who is that team that will eventually end up in Jamaica's group? So the group stages of the Gold Cup starts June 24. The preliminaries June 16, 17, and 20. So this team is going to play 2 games before the group stages of the Gold Cup itself. That's what's going to happen. So that is what we can tell. You see, prelim match 9. Let's go and speak about that. Tyrone Williams, I hope you're doing well, man. Good day. Good day to you. So let's learn a little bit more about the opponent, and let's learn a little bit more about what is match 9. Okay. So on your screen right now, you will see match number 9 right here, right? Match number 9 right here. You see where I've highlighted match number 9? Match number 9 is the winner of match 3 versus the winner of match 4. What is match 3 and match 4? Match 3 and match 4, as you can see on your screen right there, Curacao against St. Kitts and Nevis, French Guiana against St. Martin. So essentially, the winner of the Curacao, St. Kitts and Nevis, French Guiana, St. Martin, and Conto will be in Jamaica's group in the 2023 edition of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. All right. So now that we have that sorted out, let us work into another matter right now. The 4 teams, those 4 specific teams. What is Jamaica's record like against these teams? What is the pedigree of these teams in CONCACAF as well? Well, let's learn a little bit more about them before I go specifically into the actual depth of each team. What I'm going to do is share some elements of each team so that you can be able to get to know them a little bit better. So you guys ready? Okay. Well, let's go. You guys ready? Well, first thing first, let's speak about the matter of Curacao. That's right, Curacao. Good team, right? Very good team. And you could see the gradual progression that they've been having since the Netherlands Antilles disbanded and they became Curacao. There's been some massive work that has been done on the island. And you can look at the complexion of the squad that they have right now within their team. They have players that play in the Eredivisie, and the Eredivisie is essentially the second tier of Dutch football. And they also have players who ply their trade in the top flight in the Eredivisie as well. Top flight players in the Eredivisie and the Est Eredivisie. Players apply their trade in the MLS. Players that also apply their trade in Australia, in Turkey, in Bulgaria, in Turkey, even in the Middle East as well. There are players who play in Iraq, Israel, Romania, and even Portugal as well. What has Jamaica's record been like against Curacao? Well, we're going to discredit what it was when it was Netherlands Antilles, because remember, when it was Netherlands Antilles, it was a completely different sort of team, because the Netherlands Antilles, remember, was Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. But now each team has their own team. This team was disbanded in 2010, or you could say it was dissolved. The Netherlands Antilles was dissolved in 2010. So that is what has happened. St. Martin, well, what I should say in relation to Bonaire is now a CONCACAF member. Aruba, they're a CONCACAF member. So everybody's doing their thing from that angle. All right. Curacao, they've been to the Gold Cup twice, 2017 and 2019. In 2017, they were eliminated in the group stages. They're in Jamaica's group with Mexico, El Salvador, Jamaica, and themselves. And they lost their first game to Jamaica, remember, 2-0. In the 2019 edition of the Gold Cup, they went to the quarterfinals. Remember what they did? Yeah, after losing in Kingston, the first match on Caribbean soil in the Gold Cup, they defeated Honduras. And they took a point against Jamaica. They went to the quarterfinals and took on the United States. 2021, Curacao did not, I repeat, they did not participate in the 2021 edition of the Gold Cup. Why is that? Well, it's because of the COVID-19 outbreak that was persisted within the squad. Sean first says, blessing Simon, love the content. Thank you very much, Sean. Really appreciate it there. And they've qualified for the 2023 edition. So if it hadn't been for the COVID outbreak within their squad, this would have been their 4th straight Gold Cup appearance. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are right now. And you have to give them some plaudits for how they're able to navigate World Cup qualifying as well, because they knocked on the door. Even though they didn't get to the final round, there were performances, there were elements in terms of the qualification period that made people stand up and appreciate the work that has been going on in Curacao. We saw what Gus Hiddink did, even though it was a brief spell that Gus Hiddink had within, the Curacao. But from the first round, Curacao stamped their class with victories over Cuba, St. Vincent, British Virgin Islands. They had a draw against Guatemala, but, they made progress. And then a tough game in the second round against Panama. Tough game. And it could have been Curacao in the final round, but we all know how that works out. So right now, they've gone back for Remco Vicentini. He is back. He's back as the head coach of the Curacao national team. Remember that Gus Hiddink was in charge for a brief period of time. Patrick Kluivert, steadied the ship in a certain aspect, and before him, Art Langero. But yeah, Gus Hiddink was there a short time, and we saw Gus Hiddink was with Australia quite recently as well. But Curacao are a team that nobody should take lightly if they're entering Jamaica's group for the Gold Cup itself. Some key players to keep an eye on. Well, the captain himself, Cuco Martino, we saw him at Everton. We saw him in the Caribbean Cup final where Jamaica took on Curacao in 2017 in Martinique. Remember that? So Curacao technically are still the defending champions of the Caribbean. They're the last winners of the competition, and that was their first and only title when they defeated the Reggae Boys 2-1 on that occasion. Hopefully, we can have the Caribbean Cup back in the future so that we can reclaim our crown, get to title number 7, and, of course, eventually catch up Trinidad and Tobago. So Coco Martino is the one to watch for the Curaçaoan team. All right, good. So that is the element that we have to look at. Sham6 says, big up, Simon. How's everything? I'm doing good. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Devon Smith, how are you doing, sir? I hope you and the family are doing well. At this point in time, don't worry, but everything will fall into place, Sir Devon. Okay? Time waits for no one. You are preparing ahead of the game. Good. Thank you very much, Claudette. I appreciate that. I strive to do my best, and I trust that everything will fall into place in due time. So, guys, that's a little bit about Curacao. Curacao is going to play St. Kitts and Nevis. Yes, let's learn a little bit more about St. Kitts and Nevis, all right? So that you guys are fully aware of things. Because remember, St. Kitts, I would say especially from around 2014 to 2017, we're experiencing an emergence with players like Harry Panayiotou, Jelani Archibald. Remember Keith Kayamba Gums? He was part of the Kittitian Sugar Boys national team, scored some goals. He even played against Jamaica in the Lunar New Year Cup, which Jamaica won in 2007. But there's been changes. Anthony Johnson is no longer the president of the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association. He passed away quite recently, and the man that is holding the fort now is a man that used to play, and that is Atiba Harris. Atiba Harris is playing, and his vice president Sean White, Tekel McLean is the general secretary, and Judin Sabaroch is the treasurer right now. So a very young administrative staff. And Jamaica has a good record against St. Kitts and Nevis. Jamaica has an unbeaten record against St. Kitts and Nevis. But 2015 to 2019, under Mexican coach Jacques Passe, it was a emergence in Kittitian football. They defeated a European team, a UEFA team, and they were on the cusp of qualifying for the 2017 Gold Cup as well. So they have also made strides in their layout as well, so it can't be brushed aside. And remember, this is somebody that was a finalist for the CONCACAF Coach of the Year as well. But in terms of the key players, you guys know already the likes of Louis Maynard can play there, which, as you know, is the cousin of Marcus Rashford. Louis Maynard is a key important role to this team. So he's going to be an important aspect. St. Kitts have not called him up, but Nicky Maynard is an option as well. But he's playing right now at Macclesfield Town over in Cheshire. But St. Kitts and Nevis also have players apply their trade. League 2, National League South, National League North, the National League, the 5th tier, 6th tier. They do have players that can do things. Gerard Williams as well, who plays in India. Tisan Hanley at Prime Bangkok. over in Thailand. So they do have players, and let's not forget as well Romain Sawyers. You guys remember Romain Sawyers, West Bromwich Albion player, played in the Premier League as well. A Kittishan who played in Premier League, who's been part of St. Kitts and Nevis national team for over a decade. So, yeah, it's been going well. Yul Sherwood, thank you very much for your commendation. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for stopping by and giving your comment as well. And just a reminder, folks, as well, don't forget to hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content, okay? Claudette Preston says, you are well organized, Simon. Thank you very much, Claudette. I appreciate it greatly. Okay, so that's a little bit about St. Kitts and Nevis. What about the other teams that are in Jamaica's group? So you have French Guiana, St. Martin, other possible contenders. And after I look at St. Kitts and Nevis, well, rather French Guiana and St. Martin, I'll tell you guys in terms of who I think could be that team that would end up in Jamaica's group. So I will let you know how I feel in relation to that team that will end up in Jamaica's group. But just a reminder, the team that will be in Jamaica's group, we will know that on June 20. That will be on June 20. That is when we will know who that team will be in Jamaica's group. Okay? June 20. Okay. French Guiana now. 2005 Caribbean Cup, January 11, 2005. Luton Shelton scored goal against French Guiana as Jamaica defeated French Guiana 5-0 in the first leg of the third round of the Caribbean Cup. The second leg in French Guiana was 0-0. Jamaica eventually went on to win the Caribbean Cup itself. Jamaica took on French Guiana again in 2012 in the Caribbean Cup in 2012. Tremaine Stewart scored on that occasion, but it went in the way that French Guiana wanted as they won the game. But Jamaica got their revenge in the 2017 edition of the Caribbean Cup in the semi-finals in Martinique, as Jamaica won on penalties in the semi-finals to ensure that they advanced to the final of the Caribbean Cup. Lee says, Simon, big up Lee. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. The Bakuna brother are Curacao main players, and to us, Jaga Zigovic, Eloy Room, and Gary. Yep. Yeah, Vernon and Anita, good players. Eloy Room, goalkeeper, met him. It's his father's side of the family that is from Curacao. Great team. Bakuna, they have quality players that can do great things for them in particular. So let's talk a little bit more about French Guiana. Rudy Evans is the veteran of this team in terms of the appearances that he has gone on to make for French Guiana. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you guys, but St. Kitts and Nevis have never qualified for the Gold Cup before. Never. French Guiana, they have. Gary Pigry, for me, was the most clinical centre forward I've seen for French Guiana. But now, a lot of reliance goes on Joel Saroko. He's 32 years old, plays locally within the French Guyanese league, but certainly one to look out for. Alex Eric, Loic Bael, and of course in goal, specifically Donovan Lyon at Auxerre in Ligue 1 in France, will also possess something to look out for as well. French Guiana's only Gold Cup appearance was in 2017. And in 2017, how that tournament panned out was French Guiana were in a group with Canada, Costa Rica, Honduras. They lost the opening game 4-2 to Canada. This is the game where Alphonso Davies, made a huge impact. The 2017 was when Alphonso Davies showed CONCACAF what he's all about. The game against Honduras, it was originally ended 0-0. However, CONCACAF awarded Honduras a 3-0 victory because French Guiana fielded an ineligible player in Florent Malouda. Malouda previously represented France and did not meet eligibility requirements, which is the reason why Honduras was awarded a 3-0 victory for that game in particular. And their last group stage game against Costa Rica, they lost 3-0. So that is how that panned out. But certainly there's quality in the French Guiana squad. Sloan Privat as well scores goals. But one player that I could say disappointed that French Guiana did not call up was Marc-Antoine Fortuné. He's somebody that was actually born in French Guiana, played for Celtic, West Brom, Doncaster, Wigan, Coventry, Southend, Chesterfield. I mean, he should have, in my view, gone on and played for the country, but didn't happen. So that's a little bit in relation to French Guiana, so that you guys are a little bit more aware about how they are and the team and some players to keep close note about. And finally, let's talk about St. Martin. Good day, Simon. Like up the video, guys. Show this man the support he deserves. Really appreciate your work, Simon. Thank you very much, Nunes News Network. I appreciate your commendation as well. Thank you very much. So, last team you see there is St. Martin, right? St. Martin. Now, these are quite frankly an up-and-coming team within the Caribbean, but right now still remain a team that it is developing. They are a team that they're not a member of FIFA, therefore they're not eligible to compete in the World Cup or World Cup qualifying. They applied for FIFA membership in 2016, but it was rejected. April last year, St. Martin Football Association, they appealed to CAS against FIFA's ruling. So I personally believe that eventually it may be overturned, but let's see how things pan out, let's see how everything pans out, because they're following in the footsteps of what Curacao has been doing, and they want to ensure that they can continue to make strides. They became a CONCACAF member 2013, 10 years ago. So 10 years ago. They're now an independent country of the Kingdom of Netherlands after the Netherlands Antilles was dissolved in 2010. Members of the Caribbean Football Union. And the key man to watch for St. Martin, his name is Jerwin Lake. Jerwin Lake is a key player. But if I had to say, hey, look out for this man in particular. This player is key, and you have to ensure that you keep a close eye upon him. Well, for me, it would be Diarra Forsyth. Diarra Forsyth is a defender born in Phillipsburg in St. Martin, and even plays his club football in St. Martin as well. He's a defender, 22-year-old defender, who is a good passer of the ball, quite mobile. My honest opinion, do I think that St. Martin will get the better of French Guiana? I think it would be tough, very tough, when you're bearing in mind the quality, the dearth of quality compared to French Guiana. So if you ask me personally, I think it's going to be Curacao versus French Guiana in match number 9, which is what we're working about. So for me, I'm looking at either Curacao or French Guiana to be the team in Jamaica's group. And honestly, Curacao or French Guiana, it is a match that could go either way. We saw what happened in the 2021 World Cup qualifiers, where French Guiana went through penalty shootout. And personally, I feel that it is something that could go that route as well. It wouldn't surprise me that way. Right now, I give the edge to Curacao, but let's see how this pans out. I'm not going to say, oh, I hope that this team is in our group. I hope that St. Martin is in our group because 100% of their squad are not professional players. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say whoever ends up in Jamaica's group, we're going to take it. Everything will fall into place in time, and we ensure that we get 3 victories to top the group. So that is how I feel. And hopefully this gave you a little bit more insight in relation to these nations. All right. So has Jamaica played St. Martin before? Yes, Jamaica has played St. Martin before, and this has come in previous editions of the Caribbean Cup. Jamaica has played them 2 occasions, and Jamaica has defeated St. Martin twice. We have to go back to Caribbean Cup 1994 and 1995, thereabouts. But the first time that both teams met was 1993, where Jamaica won 2-0 in the National Stadium. And the second time, 1994, Jamaica won 3-2. So those are the scorelines the last time that Jamaica took on St. Martin. But that was 1993 and 1994. So it has been a while since St. Martin and Jamaica have met. And French Guiana, as we know, they're not a FIFA member as well. French Guiana is a department of France, and it's going to stay like that. I don't expect them to go and get their independence, but they're going to remain a CONCACAF member. But FIFA, we'll see what happens in the future. Yeah, we'll see. Yep, I've seen them play a few times myself as well. And I remember they have, once upon a time, their captain was born in Ireland to a Dutch father and an Irish mom. I remember the story. It was absolutely fantastic. And they renovated their football pitch in 2017 to 4G surface, 3G. And yeah, certainly made strides there. Hopefully this gave you guys a little bit of insight into St. Martin, the French Guiana team, Curacao, St. Kitts and Nevis, because one of those 4 teams will be in Jamaica's group for the Gold Cup. One of those 4 teams will be in Jamaica's group for the Gold Cup. I hope that this was helpful for everybody so that you're able to get a keen insight into the teams and that you will be able to know them a little bit better. Of course, in future videos, I will show you guys Jamaica's record against Central American teams at the Gold Cup, because I know some people have concerns about that, but I'm going to quell those concerns and also provide a little bit of Jamaica's history in the Gold Cup so that you guys can go into the Gold Cup with confidence, reassurance, to ensure that everything will fall into place in due time, as it will. It will. It's everything will fall into place in time. Everything, just like after 1:38 p.m. is 1:39 p.m. Same thing. Okay, guys. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Later today, we're going to do a preview of the next game for the under 20 Reggae Girls. They're back in action against Bermuda tomorrow. Yep, against the British Overseas Territory. Okay, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope this was informative for you all. If you guys haven't already, please hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Okay, guys, take care. Have a fantastic afternoon. And we'll be back later today for more content right here on Reggae Boys Commentary. All right, guys, hit the like button and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary right now. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboy's Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sports City. Yes, Sports City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Skin clean and nice and ting and ting. I'm Tiffany Cannon, Reggae Girl Striker, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share, and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like, and share.
Hi, I'm Chris Binney, and I'm Jamaica's #1 squash player and 9-time Caribbean champion, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share button below.